to the 16th race of the season here at Sonoma, or Infineon, or whatever y'all want to call it. I call it Sonoma. So we come in here after 15 races, so this is the 16th, yeah. So good, almost halfway mark, I believe, because it's 36. Well, I think Daytona's halfway. Daytona's halfway. I did the math wrong. So one race away from halfway. After next week at Daytona, we'll be at halfway. So this is the first road course, and just so y'all know, at road courses, I turn cautions off, so there will be no cautions. We will replay all the wrecks, or any of the wrecks that I hope so at the end. And so it's a 12 lap race, very short race because the no caution rule. That's just what I do for road courses. We have one more road course at Watkins Glen after this, so only 2 races. So maybe we'll see a winner that we haven't really seen up front capture a win here at Watkins Glen. On pole, you have the 24 car. Sorry, hold up. I was grabbing my papers. We have the 24 car of Brian Walter and the 14 car of Mason Powers. Then you go to Caleb Brennan and Robert Goldberg, Steven Rooks, and Hairgel or Von Alonso. Hairgel or Von Alonso. Anthony Newton and Igor Silva. Marshall Rich, and then the 47 car of Henry Powers round out your field. Last week's winner was Alex Hawkins, who won it at Michigan. He is starting in the back here in the 33 Cheerios car. Look through the rest of your field. So this is Brian Walter's second career pole. Brian Walter comes in here 25th in points, and this would be his second career pole. I believe he's the only person to have... No, I lied, because Andre Weeks had a pole. So second person to have 2. Alright, let's get the command start engines, because I'm ready to go racing here. And actually, we're going to go TV1, and then we're going to go to the 24 car because we ain't going to go away. There's the command. And they're going to roll off. And we're staying right here. Brian Walter's got to get going. Here he comes. Lap race in the desert. Alright, we're going to go this view. So here we go. Brian Walter is going to get us going. And we are green. And Brian Walters will lead lap 1. Walter, I like to say Walters a lot. 14 car Mason Powers kept second. The 20 car Robert Goldberg's running third. Igor Silva. We saw Graham Stecker. Where's Graham? He's somewhat in the back. We saw him run off road with the car. He's got some damage on his car. We go back to the lead. Now the front's kind of single out. So here's a turn that a lot of people could wreck at. So let's watch the cars roll through here. The beginning of the S's. A lot of cars like to go single file. Cameron Garlington. I think everyone's going to get through here just fine. They do. So Cameron Garlington go off, but he's fine. Right in front of Cody Brennan. Brian Walters extended his lead a little bit that lap. And it looks like we had a wreck in the back. Included the 55 car of Brian Goldberg and the 42 of Eric Powers. We're going to have to watch that at the end. Can't forget about that. Mason Powers trying to close in. Anthony Corby, he's pushes Marshall Rich off course. And that's going to allow a bunch of drivers to get under Marshall Rich. Here comes Phillip, also in the 18 car. Marshall's got a lot of back end damage. Through the S's. The cars like to whip around here a lot. But they get through it fine. Eric Powers has retired in 40th place. And Mason Powers has caught our leader. Mason comes in here. Oh, I'm trying to find him. 15th in points, while Brian comes in here 25th in points. So both of them, if they get a win, they are contention. This, we're still looking for our 12th different winner. We've had 11 so far, so one more win, and then all the spots will be filled for the chase, and it will be on points by who gets in. Oh, looks like the 41 car's got some damage now. Looks like he was involved in something. Same as the 33 last week's winner. Carson Scott going under Bobby. Bobby won back at Pocono. This is for 18th. The top 5 has not changed. That's the 47 car of Henry Powers running in 5th. Igor Silva running 4th. Igor has really turned around his season the last couple weeks. Led at Michigan. Pocono, I believed he was up front for a little bit. Igor comes in last in points still. 178 off the lead. 55 cars finally hitting pit road. So mainly your field now is just single file. Look for the next battle on the racetrack. It's like it could be Carson Scott trying to get around Keegan Allsup, his teammate. Carson's little brother Bailey's up there in the 27 car. You got the 2 car of Andrew and the 35 of Hank Akbar going at it. This is back in the pack though for 26. Andrew has just fallen off. He was in the top 5 in points the whole first good bit of the season. He's now all the way down in 11th, 10th. He's 10th, so he's still inside the top 10. And now it's the second lead for Brian as we're almost coming to halfway already. The 55 car up here, that is Brian Goldberg who hit pit road. He's about to go down a lap. Alright, he has not fallen down a lap yet, but he's about to. After some significant damage with the 42 car. But he's got some fresh tires, but he's still got damage. So I'm not sure if Brian will be able to catch Brian. And Mason Powers now is starting to fall back just a little bit. And Robert Goldberg's right there, ready to strike. In the 20 car. Your whole top 5 is 5 different teams. You have Hendrick out front, Stuart Haas, Joe Gibbs, Richard Childress, and then JT Daughtry. It's your top 5, and then you even have the 13 of Caleb Brennan up here. That's German racing. Then you got Roush Fenway with hair gel, and then the next is Stuart Haas, which has his teammate up there. And now you can see Mason Powers has caught Brian just a little bit. The fastest lap of the race so far has been from the 20 car of Robert Goldberg, and then it was Mason Powers, and then it was the 24 car. So it looks like Mason and Robert Goldberg might be a little faster than 24 car. Looks like everyone now is really spread it out. Mason continues trying to close in. Pit stops might become a factor in this race, actually, now that I'm thinking about it. Yep, it will. Henry Powers pulls off to pit road. Here comes Cameron Garlington. Hank Akbar makes the trip down. They're pitting right after halfway. So pit stops might become a factor, but I believe it's only a 12-lap race. Many drivers can hold off to the end. Brian has now started to catch up, or Walter has started to catch up to Brian Goldberg now in the 55 car, trying to put him down a lap still. 47 car of Henry Powers is now coming off. He pitted in 5th position. Look at the cars come to the S's. They grew some grass here. So that's why you see all the grass and not so much dirt like normally at Sonoma or Infineon. Okay, I thought I saw someone wrecked, but I did not. Oh, and now the leaders hit pit road. Who's going to stay out? This might be good for Henry Powers. I believe everyone's going to hit pit road right here. So here's Henry Powers, though. He hit pit road before everyone, same as Cameron Garlington and Hank Akbar. So here's your leader. See if anyone beats off Brian, Walter, and the 14 car, the 20, the 3, the 13. Brian's having a very slow pit stop. Oh, Brian's led the whole race. He finally comes off now. Here's the 47 car of Henry. Is he going to get up here to the front? He's going to pass the 13 car. He's going to come out 4th. He's going to fall in 4th. And your top 3, though. So Mason Powers is going to inherit the race lead. Robert Goldberg and Igor Silver 2nd and 3rd. And they're right here together. Carson Scott off track. Brian Goldberg looks like he's settled in. These drivers were running 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th, and now they're up here. Jeff Fraser made his way up into, he would be 5th, yeah. So Jeff Fraser's now running 5th. And now Mason Powers starts to pull away just a little bit. So here comes Mason Powers to lead the first First lap for him. And Henry Powers is now caught up to Igor Silva. And your top 5 is all right here into the bus stop. Three laps to go here. And now it's all Mason Powers trying to get his first career win. Came in here 15th. And then Robert Goldberg came in here 36th. So Robert's going to have a very good day. And I believe Jeff Fraser's trying to go into Igor here for 4th with 3 laps to go. And he's going to clear Igor. And now he's going to try to get around Henry. Oh, Henry also got around Igor. So Igor from 3rd to 5th. Going through the field once again. It looks like Ram does have some damage. So Jeff Fraser is moving up. Same with Henry Powers. And now Robert Goldberg's the next driver for them to pass. But Mason Powers continues to lead. 2 laps to go here at Sonoma. Brian Walter is 13th. Currently right in front of Bailey Scott, your points leader. No, Phillip Goldberg's your points leader coming in. Forgot. Phillip Goldberg, check up on the points leader. He's currently in the 23rd position. Hasn't really moved all day. I've seen him back here most of the day. Here's the race for the front. Mason Powers is now pulled away. He's got a good distance on the rest of the field. So we're coming to the white flag next time by. Some drivers who have fallen back some. Sorry. Alright, here comes Mason Powers to the bus stop. Slows way down. And we're going to come get the white flag this time by. White flag's out for Mason Powers. Trying to get his first career win. Robert Goldberg 2nd. Henry Powers 3rd. Jeff Fraser 4th. And Igor Silva your top 5. Looks like Igor might come out here with a top 5 day. Good day for Igor and Robert. The 24 car led the whole first half. I had a bad pit stop. I believe if he didn't really have that bad of a pit stop, he would have won it, because it's hard to catch the leader here because they just gotta drive the car. The people in the back, they're so worried about passing the next person. And he's coming through the S's, Mason Powers that is. I think Mason's gonna get in unless something happens here. Robert's too far back to try to dive bomb him into the bus stop. Here comes Mason Powers for the last time today through the bus stop in the 14 Bass Pro Shop car. Robert, not enough. It's going to be Mason Powers. Mason Powers wins it here at Sonoma. Robert will get 2nd. Henry, Jeff Fraser, and then Igor Silva, your top 5. One car did not finish the race, and that was the 42 car of Eric Powers. Alright. So now there we go. Stand by, wait for that. So Mason Powers wins it. Robert Goldberg, Henry Powers, Jeff Fraser, Igor Silva, Caleb Brennan, Cameron Garlington, Noah Kramer, Arvon Alonso, Anthony Newton's your top 10. Cameron Blake, Cody Brennan, Brian Walter, Bailey Scott, Keegan Alsop, Hank Akbar, Bobby Fraser, Stephen Rooks, Colin Grant, Raymond Fisher, then Robert Fergus, Anthony Corby, Phillip Goldberg. Your points leader will finish 23rd today. Malik Nivens, Ryan Saroff, Carson Scott, Patrick Gill, Sam Fraser, Mike Collin, Ferdinand Gabot, and then the rest of the field would be Andrew Jordan, Cody Hagan, Andre Weeks, Graham Stecker, Dejon Weeks, Marshall Rich, Alex Hawkins, Jesse Turner, Brian Goldberg, and Eric Powers. That complete. So now we can export this as race 16 already done. We'll be at Daytona next week, which will be a fun race. Back to a restrictor plate. And then it's Kentucky, New Hampshire, Indianapolis, Pocono, Watkins Glen, Michigan, Bristol, Darlington, and Richmond. And then we start the chase. So, let's go check out points. But first, before that, we're going to go check out the wrecks that we had here today. So, we'll be right back. So, the first wreck that we're going to watch is Brian Goldberg and Eric Powers. They were running for 33rd. Brian Goldberg, I believe, is trying to pass. Yeah, so Brian Goldberg tries to pass Eric Powers here. He's going to complete the pass. But then right here, Eric Powers drives it in too hard and gets into Brian, and they're going to spin out into the tire barrier. So that's the first wreck that happened. Then the next one will... Oh, Mike Collin went through the grass for a little bit here. The next one is going to involve the 41 car Jesse Turner. He went 3 wide at one point with 33 car last week's winner. I guess just not enough room. He's going to get into Marshall Rich in the 33 car of Alex Hawkins and push him into the wall. Alex Hawkins will go around 2. Does Alex make contact with the drivers coming on? No, he does not. Is that another car spun out up there? Okay, so then the next car we had was the 33. We already saw that. Graham Stecker's the next wreck. That's back even more. Oh yeah, we saw him get 3 wide. So Marshall Rich just kind of runs Graham off the road, puts him in the wall, and they get going. So that's what happened to Graham, and then the last car is Dejon Weeks. Nope, nothing happened. I don't know why I wrote down Dejon, but anyways, so those are the wrecks that we had here. I might have missed 1 or 2, but those were the main ones that we saw damage from. Alright, so we're going to go look at points. Mason Powers won it here at Sonoma. We'll be back. Alright, so Cody Brin takes over the point lead. So once again, we have a point leader who has yet to have a win. And even as the point leader, he's not even going to make the chase. So he's got to win. He's only got a 1 point lead over Phillip Goldberg, though. Bailey Scott 3rd, Bobby Frazier, Anthony Corby top 5. Mason Powers jumped up to 9th after his win, 15th to 9th. And look to the rest really quick. We're going to be at Daytona next week. I'm excited for that race, so I know you're all ready to go to Daytona, so we're going to be at Daytona. What a burnout by Mason Powers. Long slide. I enjoyed that burnout. Alright.